Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for yet another Kansas City Chiefs mock draft. And if you guys enjoyed this series, hit that like button and subscribe to this channel for more mock drafts and more daily Chiefs coverage. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this mock draft simulator. I have been using Pro Football Network's. It's been fantastic. And normally I've done a 3-round mock draft, but for today I'm going to do a 4-round mock at normal speed. So let's go ahead and see how this draft unfolds. Wow. Okay, so in this simulator, we have Abdul Carter going number 1 overall to the Titans, Shedeur Sanders going to the Jets, Ashton Jeanty going to the Saints. So right away, this is a little bit interesting of a mock draft, hoping to see a couple of very intriguing candidates there at 31 for the Chiefs. And also for this mock draft, and for really all of my mock drafts, I'm not going to propose any trades or accept any trades because I just don't think that the Chiefs normally end up trading back too much. They're normally very aggressive and they trade up. This trade is a little bit interesting, but no, we're going to reject it. We've got to reject it. But this is exactly the situation that I wanted to be in. So we could take the left tackle that we've all talked about, Josh Simmons. We could take defensive tackle Walter Nolan, who has been mocked to this Chiefs team. Luther Burden, the wide receiver from Missouri, is still on the board. Of course, we've got defensive tackle Kenneth Grant. I took him first overall in yesterday's mock draft. Guys, this might be a crazy hot take. This could be something that I end up being an idiot. I might be an absolute fool. I like Walter Nolan a lot. I think that, out of the 3 guys I'm looking at, I think Josh Simmons is probably the worst candidate just because I don't like developmental left tackles at the end of the first round. He's got an injury history. He's had some character concerns at the college level. This is going to be a very controversial pick. And again, I'm a KU guy. I absolutely love my Kansas Jayhawks, and I would not be surprised if I end up taking one here, in the next 3 rounds. But I'm going to go with the wide receiver out of Missouri, Luther Burden. I think that if Luther Burden ends up as a Kansas City Chief, you've had a home run first round. Like, this is a guy that kind of didn't have a great last season in college. The quarterback play was kind of all over the place. I think that he is a fantastic option for this Chiefs team. And I love the idea of Luther Burden being on this team in 2025. But I do want to hear from you guys. Would you have used that first round pick differently? Would you have gone with Walter Nolan? Would you have taken the tackle? I understand the thought process in taking, either one of those players. I just think that, the Chiefs probably aren't going to find a starting left tackle at that spot in the draft. And you've got a much better chance of hitting on Luther Burden when you could take, you could have a draft class or, the past draft history of taking Rashee Rice in the second, Xavier Worthy in the first, and then Luther Burden also in the first. Like, that's fantastic. But I do want to look at some of the best players available. I do want a running back. I think the running back that I would have taken got selected already. It is okay. I was a big Quinshon Judkins guy from Ohio State. I would have taken him. Very interesting to see that Landon Jackson, the edge from Arkansas, got picked up this early. Nolan falling that far to the Bills, that's actually a really good pick for them. Looking ahead, I guess going back in time, Omarion Hampton went to the Colts, so let's look at the running back value. Again, I also want to take the best player available. I don't want to have to reach for anybody. DJ Giddens is there. I'm not an Ollie Gordon fan. You guys know who I'm a fan of. I'm a fan of this guy right here, Devin Neal. I think he is going to be so good. Don't really love the value right now. Caleb Johnson from Iowa. I'm okay. I think second round, we have to be smart here. We should look at defense. And I'm actually going to look at defensive tackle. TJ Sanders. I've taken TJ Sanders before, and honestly, would probably take him again. But for the sake of this mock draft, for the sake of being unique, I'm going to take the defensive tackle, Alfred Collins from Texas. I think that you really couldn't go wrong with either player. But just for the sake of being different, I am going to take the DT from Texas. And again, we pick very, very soon. We pick a couple picks later because that first third round pick, or I guess this is round 3. This first round 3 pick is from the Tennessee Titans because, of course, we traded L'Jarius Sneed to them. And I do want to see just the best player available. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I think this actually ends up working out really well. Not going to try to pronounce either of these guys' names, but Princely, I do like him as a prospect. I don't like the idea of trying to pronounce his name if he does end up getting drafted. We need an edge rusher. Why not take the best player available with our, first pick in the third round? You get an edge rusher, kind of bolster that unit. I'll go with Princely, the edge from Ole Miss. I do not think that is a bad pick at all. Let's see. Oh, I don't know. Okay, Chris Paul Jr. went to the Bills. Very curious to see if, I was going to say Jaden Higgins. I wonder where he's going to go. He went to the Browns. As you see, the draft is a lot of these guys that, I've been looking at, they're going. We have a proposed trade from Chicago. We're not going to do that. Oh, man. So we could take Omar Norman-Lott from Tennessee. We got a defensive tackle already. And I really do like this mock draft so far. I think that we've gotten a wide receiver. We got our defensive tackle. We got an edge rusher. I really, really, I don't hate DJ Giddens. I like him. I really want to take my guy, Devin Neal. I want to look at the defense. Let's look at the best defensive players available. Okay. You know what? This might sound biased. Actually, we'll wait. Well, you know what? We'll wait. We need a running back. He is one of the better players available. We could take Elijah Arroyo from Miami, Florida. He's good. I've seen a lot of Terrence Ferguson mocks to the Chiefs. I took Kyle Kennard in my previous mock draft. You know what? I don't want to make it seem like I'm a huge DJ Giddens guy, but the value's good. With our final pick in the third round, yeah, I'll take Giddens. Oh, man. And of course, the guy I was going to take in the fourth round, Kobe Bryant, the Kansas kid, goes directly after the pick that I just made. So, great. Oh, man. So, I don't hate this so far. I actually really like the way that it's panning out. But let's see where the value is in the fourth round. Because, hey, this, and the way that I'm thinking about it, this is probably a prime time to end up drafting a cornerback. So I do want to. Logan Brown, the tackle from Kansas. Listen, for those of you that don't know, I go to the University of Kansas. I cover the football team very closely. Logan Brown in the fourth round is a tackle who could be a guard at the next level. I like that pick. I like that pick a lot. I'm not going to do it just because I don't want to get too many homer accusations. I do want to check the defensive backs because we could use one of those. Tommy Hill from Nebraska. Let's see. Jalen Smith from USC. Fourth round, best player. Let's look at best players available. You know what? I might get called a homer, and I might get called just not understanding positional value. I'm going to take a tackle. And I don't think that he's going to be a tackle at the next level, but I think that, with all this, conversation about guard being an issue and just something that we're scared about, I think that Logan Brown with the 133rd overall pick, that's not a bad pick. I do think that he projects well as a guard at the next level. So to round out our mock draft in the first round with the final pick I guess not the final pick, but pick 31, I have the Chiefs taking wide receiver from Missouri, Luther Burden. I think that is a fantastic pick. In the second round, I have them taking Alfred Collins, the defensive tackle from Texas. In the third round with their first pick, I have them taking the edge from Ole Miss, Princely. You guys can pronounce that last name if you want to. In the third round, for our final pick in the third round, I have the Chiefs taking running back from Kansas State, DJ Giddens, even though I'm more of a Devin Neal guy. And then with the final pick in the 4th round for the Chiefs. I had them taking tackle from Kansas, Logan Brown. And again, I think that Logan Brown could project well at the next level as a guard. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. I am not a draft expert by any means. I'm not in the organization. I can't tell you what the Chiefs are looking at, but I do want to talk more about some players that I think would be very good fits, and we'll do that right after this ad break. The Hollywood Casino at Kansas Speedway is the place to be, with over 1,500 slot machines, 35 table games, 4 restaurants, and a new ESPN Bet sportsbook. There are plenty of ways to find your fun. For more chances to win, follow them on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Welcome to the Rice Real Estate Group, Kansas City's premier partner in real estate. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, you'll receive a tailored experience designed just for you. Specializing in residential, commercial, and investment properties, the dedicated team over at the Rice Real Estate Group helps guide you through every transaction, including navigating those short, complex sales. With a commitment to personal one-on-one service, they will ensure that you are supported every step of the way. You can achieve your goals with expertise, care, and a customized approach that truly makes a difference. Ready to make your next move? The Rice Real Estate Group is here to make it happen. For more information, call 816-819-9333. Huge thanks to all of the sponsors that support this show all off season long. And if you have not already done so, definitely go support them because that in turn helps support me. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get back into the question that I posed before the ad break. And that's, what position groups should the Chiefs go after and what players might be good fits? You know, we talked about it in the 1st round. Guys like Walter Nolan, the defensive tackle from Ole Miss, I've seen him mocked to the Chiefs a couple of times. Honestly, I could see the Chiefs maybe taking him if he's there. I could definitely see the Chiefs taking, a tackle, even though we might not all want them to. If Josh Simmons is there at the end of the 1st round, he might be a Kansas City Chief. So I think it's very interesting to see, what players go in which mock draft. But I do want to hear from you guys down in the comment section below. What do you think of my mock draft? What do you hate about it? What do you love about it? How would you have drafted in those positions? But that's all the time I have for this video, so hit that like button and subscribe to this channel for more daily Chiefs coverage. And until next time, guys, thank you for watching this video. And as always, go Chiefs!